this point, I'm going to leave this lower leg. Some people will take it off right here at the knee, and then they can go through and trim out some of this lower shank meat. I'm just going to separate this deer right here. And remember, it's easier to just cut away tendon than to just try to knife in there, hitting the bone and dulling your knife. Okay, I'm going to remove this. Now at this point, I'm going to keep the neck meat and the brisket meat all on this front shoulder here. So I'm just going to start by trimming down the spine, really right about, and you want to lift this up first because right under here, underneath here are your rib eyes, and they extend up here to about the base of the neck. So what I'm going to do is maybe cut myself a hole right here to hang on to. That didn't work very well. Okay. Now I am trying to speed this process up just a bit for sake of the video. You're welcome to take as much time as you want out in the field. And now before I completely separate this, what I'm going to do is get out one of my pillowcases. I'm going to lay it out. It's important that when I walk over to it to lay meat on it to cool, that I'm not stepping upwind of it so that the dirt and debris hits the wind and ends up on the meat. And now I can finish removing the front shoulder with the neck meat and the brisket attached, just like that. Now this is getting a nice hard shell and cooling, and now the underside I'm going to lay in the wind so that that will cool off a bit too.
You know, the other thing, Jeff, that I do a lot of deer. My family used to own a meat locker, and we're not all probably as good as you or some of the other people, but the thing to remember when you're doing this is you really can't make a mistake. I mean, you know, you might get 8 pieces, you know, some hunter might get 8 pieces, where, you know, maybe you or somebody else who's better at it can get 1. It's not really going to ruin anything. You can make a mistake doing the back straps or the ribeyes and stuff, but even then, you're just, I mean, you're really not going to make a mistake, so don't be afraid of it, really.
No, your first time, you're not going to remember all these steps, but use a little common sense, and if it doesn't come out looking just exactly like you planned on, don't worry about it. You can still make good table fare out of all this. And after you use this process 10 or 15 times, you're going to feel really comfortable. Okay, now it's time to take off the rear quarter, and we're first going to start that by getting the hide off, and we're going to leave evidence of sex. Now from here I want to show you how to leave evidence of sex attached to a rear quarter. And obviously whitetails, this area has white hair. We're going to leave a testicle attached. And so what we're going to do here is go right up between the two. And if it was a female, we would leave you know, nipples on each side. Now here I want to still be careful not to hit the contents of the stomach. Same on the other rear quarter, just like this. Now you want to leave, this is important, you want to leave this testicle attached to this rear quarter. So you want to come up above it quite a ways, Leave that patch of hides the easiest. Make sure you don't cut too deep to get into the stomachs, into the stomach content. And now at this point, we're just gonna skin this back. And this is the only thing that attaches this. That's it, it's just the silver skin. So care now needs to be taken not to lose that. And now at this point, we'll finish skinning. At this point here, if this deer's hock wasn't broken, this is generally where most hunters will attach their license. Because this is gone, we have evidence of sex. We're going to go ahead and just get rid of this portion here. Now you're wondering, well, where can I attach this license at this point, since I've gotten rid of this? What I'm going to do is just cut a slit either in the sirloin tip here or over here in the round. And I'm just going to put it back here, and I'm going to cut just a slit right here in the back of this round here, and that's where I'm going to attach my license.
In North Dakota, I know they tag the horns, if it's tag the antlers, if you will. South Dakota, a requirement to tag the rear leg, correct?
In South Dakota, our regulations require that hunters tag a rear leg. Okay, we're missing the hock on our rear quarter here because it's broken, but this is the quarter that has our evidence of sex. It's going to be hard to hang on to, so what I'm going to do is cut myself a handhold so I can hang on to this. And now I'm going to lift this up so that doesn't get cut off in the process, and we're going to separate this. What we're really looking for is this femur bone where it joins the pelvis right here. There's one tendon that I just cut, and once you've cut that, you don't want to get too far this way with your knife, you'll cut into the stomach. So we'll stay up right in between here. Generally there's a blood vessel right here that sometimes will bleed fluid, and we're going to follow the pelvis just like this. If you can see how nice this comes out.
Yep.
Now it's nice on these rear hams that you don't make a lot of cuts into the meat. It's nice if you can do a clean job of skinning. Okay, our handhold is about to break. Okay, there's one rear quarter with our evidence of sex and our license attached, and we'll put this over to cool.